Alright you guys, so welcome back to my channel. I want to go ahead and show you guys my summer foundation routine, okay? It is getting so hot outside and I was like, you know what? I have the perfect routine to look matte, but then also glowy at the same time. Because you guys know I do have oily skin, so I do have a bunch of tips and tricks and my favorite products as well to get this look. So if you're interested, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump into the look. I'm so excited to show you guys how I get my summer foundation base just looking really glowy, but also matte as well, because y'all know I'm super oily, okay? I'm just so excited to share with you guys my technique and all the products I use. So let's go ahead and get into it. But before that, I did want to say this video is sponsored by FANCII & Co, you guys, okay? I am really excited because they sent me their GALA mirror, which is their biggest mirror. And when I saw this, I was so happy because I have been on the hunt for the perfect mirror when it comes to my vanity, especially when I film, you guys, because you guys can't tell my camera's angled at a certain way. So there's a lot of mirrors that I put out there that kind of just, you know, will be in the screen or like kind of in the forefront, and I needed the perfect size mirror, and not just any mirror. I was looking for one that mimics natural daylight, you guys, and it's been so hard to find one that's actually really good, because you guys know, okay, when you go ahead and try your foundation out in certain places or your concealers in the stores, and then you go outside, you're like, wait, the foundation didn't look like this, the concealer didn't look like this, what is going on? That's basically bad beauty lighting. All right, so when it comes to my makeup, I don't play, okay, you guys, because I have been there. I have tried my makeup in yellow lighting, fluorescent lighting, just lighting that's just not good for your makeup. And then I go outside and I look super crazy. So this one is a natural daylight mirror and it's just so perfect, you guys. I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like. So let me go ahead and pull it out. Alrighty, you guys. So this is what the mirror looks like, as y'all can see. Let me go ahead and show you guys. So this is what it looks like, and look how big this is. Like, look at my head and look at the mirror, okay? It is the perfect mirror. And the best part is it also does swivel this way as well. So it just depends on what you like. A lot of people use it this way, but when I film, I use it this way because that way it's not showing in the camera when you guys are seeing me, you know, do my videos. Now, in case you are wondering, it does come with a USB cord, which I love. But then also it does have a battery section as well if you want to use it for traveling and all of that. I love this mirror for traveling, but I will get into that in a second. But there's a couple things I love about this mirror. The first one is just how big and clear it is. But then also it does have this 10x side to it, which I love for plucking my brows or applying my lashes, because you guys don't understand, when I'm filming for you guys, I'm kind of far away from the mirror, so I just kind of guess where to place the lashes or where to do my thins. But with this, it's so easy because all I have to do is look into it and it's just, you know, perfect from there on out. But also what I love about this is it does have the compartments. I hope my light isn't blinding this, but it does have a couple compartments in here, which I love, because you guys know when you do travel, and you guys can agree with me, okay? We put our makeup on the desk, on the bed, like anywhere you can think of. And the more I think about it, I'm just like, wow, like I can't believe I was doing that, y'all. Like I was throwing like my brushes and my sponges on the bed. That's so bad. But that was pre-COVID, okay? But nowadays, with this, I do have this compartment, so I can put my foundation in here, my tweezers, mascaras, and all of that in these compartments, and it's so nice and easy to work with. And like I mentioned earlier, I love the fact that it does mimic natural daylight, so I will turn my lights down in a little bit to show you guys all the 3 settings it does have. Whether you need, you know, the highest intensity, the lowest, it doesn't matter. It has options, okay? I love options. So let me go ahead and turn these lights off so I can show you guys what it looks like. So I know it's currently dark right now, but I'm going to show you guys what it looks like with the lights on. So all you need to do is just press this button to turn it on. Now, to change the intensity of the lights, all you have to do is press this down, hold it down, and now it's super dim, and then hold it again. Now it's super bright. So I hope you guys are seeing that. I hope it's dark enough, but yes, this is what it looks like as I go back and forth. So again, thank you so much to FANCII & Co for sponsoring this video. And you guys, make sure you go ahead and check out their GALA mirror. It is so worth it. And also use my code as well, Beauty by Chi-Chi10. But let's go ahead and jump into the summer foundation makeup look. All right, so jumping right into everything, I'm first going to use primer on my face, because when it comes to the hot weather, y'all, listen, I want my makeup to stay on all day. I don't want to look greasy by the end of the day. So I'm going to use my WASO by Shiseido Poreless Matte Primer in my T-zone. This is a perfect primer because it does control my oil, you guys, but it doesn't feel too drying on the face. So I'm going to take a little bit of this into the T-zone, just because that's where I get super oily during the summertime, or actually all year round. I get super oily in my T-zone, but I'm just gonna apply a little bit in those areas. I'm pretty sure y'all can tell how much more matte I look. Like, it just looks good by itself. I love that primer so much. But for my actual base, it was so hard to know what foundation to pick because I have so many options for you guys. If you love a watery base foundation, I say go with the Dior Backstage Face and Body. If you want a full coverage matte foundation, I recommend the NARS Soft Matte Foundation. That one is my favorite. Now, if you want full coverage, but it still looks a little bit glowy and it's very, you know, hydrated on the skin, I love the Sephora Best Skin Ever Foundation as well. So those are 3 options. But for this video, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Easy Drop Blurring Skin Tint in the shade 20. This has been my favorite for the summertime, you guys, because it's not a foundation. It's more like a, you know, tinted moisturizer for the face, but it has a little bit more coverage than your average, you know, tinted moisturizer out there. So I'm going to take a little bit onto the back of my hand and just put this all over the face. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I'm getting a little bit darker, so I don't know if this will match me perfectly, but we'll make it work. I'm just gonna start off with a little bit first, but I'm gonna take my sponge and blend this into the face. And I think it still matches, so thank God. But it matches my chest area more than anything, so yeah, I'm really happy about that. But y'all can see how easy it blends into the skin, but it still gives me a little bit of coverage because I do have a couple dark marks on the face. You can kind of still see it peeking through a little bit, but it still gives you a lot of coverage. So I really love this so much, y'all. It's my favorite foundation or blurring skin tint at the moment, but to me it's a foundation. Just being honest, it gives you a lot of coverage. So my base looks really good, you guys. Even though I'm still seeing a couple dark marks, it's totally fine. It is the summertime. I really don't care too much about, you know, just having full coverage, everything. You know, it is what it is. But the next step is my favorite when it comes to adding that bronzer, glowy look to the skin. I'm using the Huda Beauty Medium Tantour Contour and Bronzer Cream. This color is perfect for the summertime because it looks like you literally just went to the Bahamas and you got a natural tan. Like, it looks so good on the skin, very smooth and buttery. I love her formula so much. So what I'm gonna do is take my sponge and just kind of tap into this just a little bit. I'm gonna start off with the cheek area and slowly build this up because a little bit does go a long way, but it just adds so much depth to the skin, you know, than regular just powder bronzer. I still use powder bronzer on top of this, but when it comes to having that glowy look, this is your best bet. And I'm adding some onto the forehead as well. Like, look at that, y'all. Like, it just gives you such a natural glow. I love this. So I'm just slowly tapping this into the skin, and y'all can see what the side looks like without anything, and then what it looks like with the bronzer. Now I'm gonna move on to the next step, which is concealer. Now I will say when it comes to my concealer, I do prefer a matte concealer, and that's a trick to having that glowy look but a matte skin. So I'll show you guys what I mean. When it comes to my foundation and, you know, my bronzer, blushes, all of that, I keep it very glowy. But in the center of my face where I'm super oily, you would think, right, to go ahead and use a matte concealer because it's just going to keep that area really matte and not looking crazy by the end of the day. So I'm going to take my McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer in the shade MD22 and just apply a little bit here and then some here. I just been doing this trick that I saw on Instagram. Like, everybody does your concealer like this. So it actually makes sense because it allows for you not to apply way too much product. So I'm going to hit the forehead right here and my chin. And then taking my sponge, I'm going to blend this all into the skin. And also, you guys, you know what's really funny? Sometimes I really just love how my face looks right after this step just with concealer. Sometimes I wish I can, like, you know, not have to set it with powder because it looks good by itself, but I'll be crazy because I know by the end of the day I'm gonna look super crazy, so I can't do that. Now, to set the under eyes, I do use 2 powders because I know some people out there, when it comes to, you know, the under eyes, they don't want to apply too much powder, or they just set it with a brush. But for me, y'all, I'm super oily. I always have to bake. I know it's so outdated nowadays, but I always have to bake because it will last a long time. So what I'm going to use is my Urban Decay waterproof setting powder. And I'm first going to blend out the creases in the under eyes, just because you don't want to set a creased under eye. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to take some of this powder onto my sponge and just press it into the skin first. And I also set my chin and everywhere else I applied the concealer. And you guys are probably wondering why I'm doing this step first. It's because when it comes to baking the under eyes or anywhere you apply your concealer, you need to prep that area to be baked. You can't just go in with powder. I mean, you can, but for it to look really flawless and smooth, I always go in with a powder first to press it into the skin before I bake on top. So after that, I'm going to take my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade Kunafa to bake my face. Now, I know I'm looking a little bit ghostly. Okay, we're going to fix that in a little bit. But first, I need to set my face using the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Powder in the shade Y505. This powder, y'all, is so good. Honestly, all year round, but I love it, especially for the summertime, because it does help with controlling my oil. But it never looks too heavy on the skin or too matte. It's a very nice, beautiful powder foundation. I know I always talk about it, but it's because it's that bomb. Like, you haven't tried it out, I'm telling you, it's something you need in your life. So I'm just gonna lightly powder the rest of my face. I really don't need too much. But even though we're looking super matte right now, I'm gonna show you guys how I bring the glow in a second. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bronze my skin. You guys know I always use my Tilbury Airbrush bronzer because it's the only bronzer that I have in my collection that's not too red, that's not too deep. It's the perfect neutral bronzer, you guys. It looks beautiful on the skin, and I hit pan as well. So y'all know I love this stuff. I use it all the time. But I'm just going to bronze my face with it because even though I did cream bronze earlier, because of all the powders, it kind of went away. So I'm just going to bring some more color back into the skin. So y'all, this next product is like my secret weapon. I highly recommend it. It's the Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Their Party All Night, or Party All Night, Stay All Day, yes, setting spray. This locks in your makeup like no other. I'm telling you, if you want your makeup to be bulletproof, this is the best setting spray. So I'm going to shake it up a little bit and just spray it on the face. All right, so time for my favorite part, you guys, which is the blush and the highlighter. Okay, this is where I bring that glow into the skin, because right now we're looking a little bit glowy, but I want to take it a step further. All right, so let's get into it. And y'all can tell by the way I'm smiling, like, I just love this part. Anyways, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Cream Blush in the shade Summertime Wine. I love her blushes because even though it is a blush, it gives you a natural highlight as well. So your cheeks look super glowy. So I'm going to take my sponge and apply this on my face. So all I do is literally just go into the blush like so. And I just tap it into the skin. And as I turn my head, y'all can just see the natural light that's hidden off of it. It's so beautiful by itself. I honestly don't think you need a highlighter once you use the blushes, just being honest, because of how, you know, natural of a highlight it gives you. But I want to look glowy, y'all. So I'm going to show you guys the next step in a second. But yeah, I really like this color. Now, I do want to go ahead and add some glow to the face. I'm going to use my Danessa Myricks Hot Water Dew Wet Highlighter. And this is so beautiful on the skin, y'all. Like, look at it right here. It's so beautiful. So what I'm going to do is take my sponge again. I swear I use my sponge for everything, but a sponge gives you that natural, you know, look for the face. So I'm going to take this, dab a little bit off, and just tap into the high points. And I'm sure y'all can see the glow it gives on the skin, but it looks so wet. So my trick is using a bunch of cream products, you guys, because it just gives you a very beautiful glow. And then what I'm also gonna do is take this onto my forehead and just add some glow there as well. Look at that. Y'all, okay, let me stop. But it looks so good. Like every time I add it right here, it just completes the look for me. So last but not least is the lips, and I'm super excited because it's my new gloss collection and lip liner is coming out this Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I'm super excited. I never know what color I want to do because I love all of them so much, but I always use Semi-Sweet. It's my go-to with a dark brown lip liner. The brown liner that I actually use with it is called Allure, so these are the two from my brand. Y'all, the packaging, I'm sorry, like everything about it. Oof, y'all. I'm so ready for this to launch. Okay, so let me go ahead and apply Allure lip liner all over my lips, and then I'm going to use my Semi-Sweet gloss. All right, guys, so this is my completed look. I do hope you guys enjoyed my summer foundation routine. Literally, it's the perfect routine to look matte but glowy at the same time. I mean, this highlighter, you guys, every time I look at it, I'm just like, ooh, I'm just dying. And the gloss too, like, I don't want to hype it up, y'all, but honestly, this may be the best gloss I've ever tried, okay? And I handmade these myself, y'all. Like, I actually handmade these. I can't wait to release the video showing you guys the behind the scenes, but yes, it's my favorite. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.